The headline tonight, Anambra State government warns against encroachment on Mamo Forest reserves. Anambra State Ministry of Health commences inspection of general hospitals across the state. Federal government launches standard operation procedure for mining sector. At the foreign scene tonight, Russia deploys warplanes close to European Union member states, NATO assets. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening to you and welcome to the news. I am Ebere Ugonna. The Anambra State Executive Council has warned that government will arrest and prosecute unscrupulous elements who are selling parts of Mamo Forest Reserve and made it clear that Mamo Forest Reserve is not for sale, and any property developer or member of the public who allows him or herself to be lured into purchasing parcels of land and the reserve will have him or herself to blame. We have details.
According to the press release by the Commissioner for Information, Sapol Nwosun, Anambra State Executive Council frowned at the frequent cases of youth incursions into the lands of people who have appropriate government title, stressing that it is illegal and can no longer be tolerated, and directed relevant law enforcement agencies to immediately arrest such errant youths and prosecute them according to the law. Noting that Section 6, subsection 1 of the Prohibition of Fraudulent Practices on Land and Property Law of 2012 prohibits illegal collection of fees on lands as follows, where it stated that any person who demands or collects any fee not approved by law from any person who is developing or improving on an already existing property in the state shall be guilty of an offense and liable to imprisonment for 5 years or to a fine of 500,000 naira or both. The council expressed satisfaction that effort to rid the state roads and streets, corners of refuse is being to yield some results, and urged households and the general public to desist from discriminating refuse disposal, and disclosed that Anambra State Waste Management Agency (ASWAMA) is gradually transiting to door-to-door refuse collection, and anybody found disposing refuse at unauthorized location will be promptly sanctioned. The release added that to further improve the quality of health care delivery in the state, government through the Ministry of Health has placed a vacancy advert 2 months ago for medical consultants and officers, pharmacists, nurses, radiographers, medical laboratories, scientists and technicians, and the ANSEC has directed the Commissioner for Health to interview the 4,400 applicants who applied for the jobs so that they could be immediately employed and deployed to state health care facilities.
Anambra State Ministry of Health has commenced the inspection of general hospitals across the state. The purpose of the inspection is to monitor the activities of the hospitals and to ensure that they are well positioned to provide the necessary services. Correspondent Onyanyago Beze has the details.
The inspection began with visits to the general hospitals in Onitsha, Ogidi and Ifitedunu, while expressing dissatisfaction with the lack of maintenance in the hospital and staff laxity. The leader of the task force, Mrs. Obiageli Uchebu, and the Ministry of Health's Head of Administration, Mr. Okechukwu Obi, stated that the inspection is to ensure that government revives the state's health sector and to sanction any facility performing below expectation.
This team was set up to make sure that the hospitals get functional again. We come to the hospital, look at the staff strength, look at what they have on ground, who come to work, who are not on duty, and then how generally they function. So the essence is to make sure that people start coming to work, because the people will have confidence in the hospital when they come and see staff on ground. So that's basically why we are here, to be sure that our hospitals get functional again. Some hospitals are better than others, but some in the rural areas, there's a whole lot of work that needs to be done. And I know that with the support of our amiable governor, Mr. Governor, we are going to see this happen. Because very soon, when the hospitals are functioning, Anambra will be sure.
We are here for a normal routine checkup for the hospitals. We'll take our findings to the Honorable Commissioner, who I know that is very passionate to bring the health system in Anambra State in line with the new administration. So I believe that there will be a solution.
Welcoming the team, the Deputy Chief Medical Director, General Hospital Onitsha, Dr. Nnamdi Ekpelinwa, thanked the Anambra State government for conducting the inspection, which he said allows them to interact with the ministry on areas that are lagging and challenges the health facilities face.
We are happy to welcome the Ministry of Health to our facility. This normal routine inspection, and the essence is to help us to improve our service delivery. So after going around, they will point out areas we need to improve on. And we have taken note of the areas they pointed out, and we are going to work on them.
A patient, Mr. Christopher Okoji, expressed displeasure with the laxity of hospital staff and applauded the government for carrying out such inspections to get the staff back on their feet.
Kota na yana adam mo to government we be kita we do all I like in your best mako so men unu ogun na nje inwe dike bia na government inwe ke bia ta na ja bia obu no 7 ko ko mo 8 they don't we na luta ya fu mother they do standard nkota go oda adum ma obu na government sisi we lo jide to asiko ti ye wolo and you be a wuto ko mu bele na mbele ba mo ka atu hisi aga ada wase na anya.
From Ifitedunu in Dunukofia local government area, I am Onyinye Agubeze reporting for ABS News.
The Nigerian Policy Institute USA, NPI USA, has commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo for adopting strategic approaches to gradually restore safety and peace to Anambra State. The executive director of the institute, Chief Jimmy Prince Osiebu, conveyed the association's commendation in an interview with ABS correspondent Blessing Uchendo in Hota. Her report.
The Nigerian Policy Institute USA, NPI USA, is a good governance research body that formulates and implements sound government policies and is resident in Harbor City, California. Speaking to ABS, Chief Asiebu, who is also the founder of Anambra State Association USA, ASA USA, and chairman, Board of Directors, Igbo Cultural Association of California, said Governor Soludo showed resilience and determination in dealing head-on with those terrorizing the state, dislodging and rooting them out from their hideouts. He also praised Governor Soludo's distinctive efforts in commencing fulfillment of his campaign promises, especially on cleanup of Okpoko, road construction, urban renewals of Onitsha, Nnewi, Awka and Ekwulobia, as well as other policies that his government is pursuing to better the laws of the state. Chief Asiebu also declared the unreserved support of Nigerian Policy Institute USA to assist in proffering progressive solutions needed for effective and productive governance in the state, and called on the Soludo administration to scale up a more efficient interface with Ndi Anambra in the diaspora on how to assist government financially, technologically and otherwise, and to also set up a trust fund for diaspora remittances that would be strictly channeled to the development of the state. While assuring NPI USA's confidence that Governor Soludo will exceed the achievements of his predecessors and make Anambra State the Dubai of Africa, as he had severally promised, the Secretary General of the Institute, Mr. Sonny Benson, asked the state government to immediately implement policies that would boost the ease of doing business, embark on progressive measures, and provide incentives to attract local and direct foreign investments with provision of the required facilities to enable business growth and job creation for youth. Mr. Benson equally asked Ndi Anambra to continue to give the present administration the needed support to succeed. In Awka, Blessing Uchendo, ABS News.
It was the homecoming for women of Mpunando Aguleri, Anambra East Council areas. They host the 2022 Home and Abroad August meeting. August meeting is a season in which women from different communities come together to evaluate their activities in the past year and initiate programs and projects for the new year. Amaka Chibuzokwe was there and now reports.
This year's August meeting for Mkpunando women was exceptional as they focused on campaigning against drug abuse and other related vices in the community. The campaign pulled the traditional ruler of the community, Igwe Johnson Onyaka Mbanevo, members of his cabinet, Ndi Ichie, Ndi Uovu, ruling council, and other arms of the community. Addressing the women at Isiokwe Square, Mkpunando, Igwe Onyaka Mbanevo regretted how some of their youths have left the positive values they were known for to push and use illicit drugs, stating that the ugly trend has destroyed many lives.
The woman leader, the PG, and the president, and the drug, I have opened the drug. But they are going to see the consequences of women and all other illicit drugs. So, why do you go to see my care? Don't want to with the Mobuda and you can all of this line by IGB and don't get drugs. Don't want my line with the IGB. Makana, who run on wrong or you are monopoly. Even to any unequal Kainya come with this. Oh, when you bet on the I advise you.
The member representing Anambra East and West in the House of Representatives and indigene of the community, Chief Chinedu Obidigwe, who spoke through Barrister Ifani Ila-Kasia, commended the women for their efforts in developing the community, reminding them of their important roles in child upbringing. In a paper presentation by the Assistant Area Commander, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Mrs. Stella Egwatu, exposed the women to the inherent dangers and consequences of drug abuse and how it destroys the youth, more especially crystal methamphetamine, locally known as Nkulu Mmiri. Also in her presentation on the importance of education in a 21st century, Dame Teresa Okoye encouraged women to ensure they train their words to become meaningful human beings and also called for an end to early marriage of the girl child. In their separate speeches, the cabinet chairman, Chief Raphael Edeziogo, who was honored as one of the patrons of the women and the President General of the community, Mr. Chimezie Jebe, said anyone caught will face the consequences. While thanking God for the successful median August meeting of Mkpunando women, the President General of the Women Wing, Mrs. Ngozi Anawude, appreciated the women for coming together in unity to champion the cause of peace, education and progress, especially to bring to an end the issue of drug abuse and other activities that can mar the lives of their youth. The women gave a word of grand patron to Chief Chinedu Obidigwe, who gave the children of Mkpunando Aguleri free education, both primary and secondary, while signing of agreement paper against drug abuse by the community executives, cutting of cake, training on soap making, and other cultural display climaxed the meeting. From Isiokwe Square, Mkpunando, Anambra East Council area, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Still ahead in the news tonight, federal government launches standard operation procedure for mining sector. On the foreign scene, Russia deploys warplanes close to European Union member states' NATO assets. Here is a special message in the Anambra cannot allow criminal elements to hold the state and the people to ransom. Donate generously to the Anambra State Security Trust Fund, which has been set up to raise money for combating insecurity in the state. The news returns in a moment. Please stay with us.
Traveling? You deserve the absolute best. Enjoy maximum comfort in our new buses with more legroom, reclinable seats, onboard entertainment, and much more. Pick your preferred seat. Choose your preferred schedule. Travel on your terms. Ready for a premium ride driven by the best captains out there? Book now.
We're glad to have you back for the rest of the news. Moving on to our national stories now. The Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Architect Olamilekan Adigbite, has launched a standard operative procedure for the mining sector in Nigeria for economic diversification. Recall that standard operating procedure is a set of written instructions that describes a step-by-step process that must be taken to properly perform the routine activity. Launching the SOP in Abuja, the minister calls on the staff to be committed to SOP launch to grow the gross domestic product resources that would benefit the whole nation. In her remarks, Minister of Mines for State, Senator Bimisola Saraki, who commented the launch of SOP, said that it is efficient for the ministry. According to her, the SOP is transparency and will assist in ensuring the effectiveness in the ministry and all the agencies in the discharge of their duties is first class. And on business news, the federal government has warned all operating payment systems to start providing payment services to online lenders under investigation. The Executive Vice Chairman, Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, Babatunde Irukara, who stated this in Lagos State, said the commission was coming with an interim framework where Google would not put up an app unless the app was duly registered. Irukara also said the commission had ordered telecommunication companies to desist from providing server services to lenders who were subject of investigation. He said that the commission has also ordered telecommunication technology companies, including mobile network operators, to cease and desist providing server, hosting, or other key services, such as connectivity to disclosed or unknown lenders who were target subjects of investigations or otherwise operating without regulatory approval. He also said the apps that had been intervened had not been able to come online. On the foreign team, the Russian military has said it deployed warplanes armed with state-of-the-art hypersonic missiles to the country's Kaliningrad region in close proximity to European Union member states and NATO assets. Russia's defense ministry said 3 MiG-31 fighters with Kinzhal hypersonic missiles arrived at the Chekalovisk air base as part of additional measures of strategic deterrence and will be placed on round-the-clock combat duty. A video released by the ministry showed the fighters arriving at the base but not carrying the missiles, which are apparently delivered separately. The deployment of Kinzhal's missiles comes amid soaring tensions with the West over Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine, which is nearing the 6th-month mark. The Russian exclave, located between Poland and Lithuania on the Baltic coast, has been at the forefront of Moscow's efforts to counter what it described as NATO's hostile policies. Moscow has strongly criticized the deliveries of Western weapons to Ukraine, accusing the United States and its allies of fueling the conflict. The Russian military said the Kinzhal has a range of up to 2,000 kilometers and flies at 10 times the speed of sound. And on sports news, Nigeria's under-20 girls, the Falconets, will on Monday morning in Alajuela meet the Netherlands in the quarterfinals of the ongoing World Cup tagged Costa Rica 2022 to determine who books a ticket for the semi-final stage. The coach Chris Danjuma Musa tutored side beat Canada 3-1 in Alajuela to finish with 9 points out of 9 in Group C and set up a quarterfinal date with the Netherlands in Alajuela on Monday. Speaking after the encounter with Canada, Musa said his girls would seek to win the match against the Netherlands in order to sustain their winning mentality following hard-fought victories over France and Korea Republic. In the match against Canada, the Falconers conceded their first goal of the competition in an accidental manner following goalkeeper Omini Oyono's poor management of a back pass from Jumoke Alani that granted Kala Novac's goal in less than 2 minutes. And that's it on the news tonight. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television. Okay. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And you can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Well, and just before we go tonight, a quick look at our major stories. Anambra State government has warned against encroachment on Mamo Forest Reserve. Anambra State Ministry of Health has commenced inspection of general hospitals across the state. Our federal government has launched standard operation procedure for mining sector. And the foreign scene we brought to you that Russia has deployed warplanes close to European Union member states' NATO assets. Well, here is a special message again before we go. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I'm Iberi. We'll go and enjoy the rest of your evening.